Guys, it's Sarah and today is BookList Thursday. This is a video series that I'm doing with my friend Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library, and every Thursday we are bringing you some sort of fun book topic that we want to talk about, and this week we are going to be talking about summer reads for kids. And both of our children participate in like summer reading programs, and we thought it'd be fun to show you guys what our kids have been enjoying lately and what they would recommend. So we are going to talk about that today. These are all books that my daughter Kaylin has been enjoying lately, and she has been reading and just loving every single one of these books. So these are all very, very recent reads for her, like within this past, since the beginning of 2018, I would say. And she has been really enjoying them and just talking about how much she loves them. And Kaylin is 10, so that's kind of her age range right now. She's reading a little bit above her reading level that she should be at. She's going into 5th grade, but she's reading on a 6th or 7th grade level. So just keep that in mind as I talk about these. All right, this first one that she read and absolutely loved and is still calling her favorite book of all time right now, even though we've read Harry Potter and I've told her nothing's better than Harry Potter. She said, yeah, but this too. Okay, I'll give you that. That is The Lost Track of Time, and this is by Paige Britt. This is one that we actually picked up at the Scholastic Book Fair at her school back in the spring when she had it. I believe it was in February. And we just saw it on a whim, and she read the back and said, yep, that sounds interesting, I'm gonna get it. And then she read it almost immediately and just has not shut up about it. She absolutely loved this. This follows a young girl named Penelope, and she is very, very scheduled in her time. Her mother is very overpowering with her schedule. She wants her to be busy all the time. She has her scheduled like to the minute. She always wants her to be productive and not be bored and not be stagnant. However, Penelope has dreams of being a writer, and she doesn't have any time to really hone that creativity in her because her mother overschedules her so much. There is one day that she realizes in her schedule that is completely bare, and she doesn't know where it came from. She doesn't understand why there's an entire day where nothing is scheduled, and she ends up literally falling into that day in her schedule, and she goes on a magical adventure from there and kind of sees what the possibilities are. And she goes on a ton of different adventures. She has to fight different people, she has to save different people, and you know, just all this stuff happens in one day that she has to herself, and kind of the possibilities of what comes up there. And this place is actually called the Realm of Possibility. Kaylin absolutely loves this book. She said it was funny, she said it was exciting, and just the adventures she goes on are really good, and she flew through this really, really quickly. There's also illustrations in here by Lee White, and they're pretty cool. So there's some that are, you know, take up a lot of the page here. Then there's some that take up a full page spread, and then some that are just little ones right there. And yeah, so Kaylin absolutely loved this, and again, she's calling it one of her favorite books of all time, and she highly recommends it. Another one that we picked up at the Scholastic Book Fair, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I pushed her to get this book because I want to read it too. That's Arusha and the End of Time by Roshani Chotsky. I probably butchered that, so I'm sorry. But this is a book that has been going around BookTube. Actually, I've seen a lot of people talking about it because it is written by her, and she also wrote, what did she write? The Star-Touched Queen. And that is one that I've seen going around too. I haven't read that series, but I knew the author, and then this is also a Rick Riordan presents, so I think it's kind of something similar to what James Patterson has been doing, where he kind of comes up with the concepts and then he has other authors write the actual stories and kind of lets them take it on their own way. And this one I had heard really good things about. Kaylin loved this, and this is not a small book. Like, this is a pretty good size book. This does not have pictures in it. It's like a novel, and she ate it up and she read it really quickly. I was really surprised, but she absolutely loved it. She said it was magical, it was really exciting, and this follows a girl who has been kind of known for making up stories or flat out lies just to make sure that she fits in with people and that she's not seen as an outcast. However, most of these things that she's saying that have happened to her in the past are not true. And I believe one of her lies comes out and it's proven that she is lying, so she you know, has an issue with that, but then something really cool happens to her. I believe she finds some sort of magical element. I want to say it's like a necklace or something, or a pendant or something like that. And she ends up going on this big adventure, and people don't believe her, but it's actually true, and it comes to be proven that it's true. So I don't know. I'm really excited to read this though, just myself personally. So maybe if I end up, you know, when I'm in the mood for something middle grade or something like that, this will probably be what I end up picking up. It's actually on my shelves now versus Kaylin, since she's already read it. She told me that I would love it as well. And so she's like, you need to put this on your shelf so you can read it, Mom. I'm like, okay. So my plan worked. This next one is the most recent book that she's finished, actually, and that is the first book in the Unwanteds series, which is by Lisa McMahon. And the Unwanteds follows a set of twins, and in this world that they live in, there are wanteds and unwanteds. And the wanted ones are children who are pretty much guaranteed to be successful and to be a good person of the community, and who are going to go on to be leaders and things like that. And the unwanteds are generally labeled as artistic and not really contributing to society. So they are actually sent to their graves. The unwanteds are, so they can kind of be rid of them and not have to worry about them. And we have a set of twins who are kind of awaiting their fates. On the day that they are slated to kind of find out if they're wanted or an unwanted, they end up meeting this magician who shows them that there is an alternative to going to their graves, and they are taken there, and from there they kind of, you know, go on these adventures and, you know, realize that they don't have to go to their grave, that they're okay. It's basically a world that is saving these condemned children who are, you know, set to go to their grave, and they don't have to. And Caitlin loved it. She absolutely loved it. She actually listened to this on audiobook. She's starting to get into audiobooks a little bit, especially after we started listening to Harry Potter. And then she ended up, you know, asking if she can start listening to more. So anything we can find in the library for her, she has been wanting to listen to. So she listened to this one, and I believe she listened to most of it, but then it expired. So she finished up the last few chapters, you know, reading. But she ended up really liking this, and she wants to continue on with the series. And yeah, so she really liked it a lot. All right, these next two are actually a series of books that she has been enjoying lately. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the entire series and kind of show you what they're about. But the first one is the Who Was series, and this is a fun series of books for kids that talks about historical figures and famous people. Sometimes there's even places that they talk about, or statues, you know, memorials, things like that. And this is one that she has on her shelf. I think this is the only one she actually owns on her shelf, but she has read a lot of them in school. She gets them from the library a lot. But this one is Who Was Frida Kahlo. So this follows, you know, gives information about Frida and her life. And Kaylin wanted this one because she's very interested in art, and she loves to draw, she loves to paint, she loves anything artistic. She really, really likes that, and she wants to start learning about some famous painters, and this is one that she was interested in, so we got this for her at Target. But there's also a Netflix show that is based on these books, and I'm not kidding you guys, my husband and I actually kind of like the show too. It's pretty funny. It's called The Who Was Show, and again, it's on Netflix, and so it has teenage actors who are kind of portraying these historical figures, and it's really funny because, you know, all the stuff in there is historically accurate, but the way that they present it is really funny, and it's entertaining, and, you know, like, it's a little bit of a spoof kind of thing, but it's also, you're also learning at the same time. Kaylin loves it. She's obsessed with it. She's watched the episodes over and over. But yeah, so if you think your kids would like that, I would highly recommend watching it with them too, but it's funny. So yeah, she loves these books though, and they're really short. She can get through these like really, really super quickly. They are chapter books as well, so there are chapters in here, and there's also illustrations and stuff. But yeah, she loves these. So she hasn't read this one quite yet, but she has read one on Harry Houdini that she really liked, and I believe there's a Walt Disney one that she really enjoyed. And yeah, so just all sorts of people and things and all sorts of things. There's a ton of these books that she really likes them though. And the next series of books that she's really been enjoying is the DC Superhero Girls series. We got this first one here, Wonder Woman, at the book fair, and she was really interested in it. So I was like, okay, well, read the first one, see what you think, and if you like them, you know, we can get the rest of them because there's a whole bunch. And she was like, yes. So she got halfway through this one and said, yes, I want to read all of them. It's like, okay. So she has all of them that are published right now. I think there's another one coming out soon. But the first one is Wonder Woman. The second one is Supergirl, and then Batgirl. And this is the one that she has finished reading. So she's read the first 3. She still needs to read Katana and Harley Quinn. This is the one, like, if she could just skip to this one, she would, because she loves Harley Quinn so much, but she hasn't quite gotten there yet. I told her she needs to read them in order. But these are fun adventure stories about the superhero girls in high school and kind of their start, I guess you could say, at becoming superheroes, and kind of what they're learning in high school, and they're learning things and they're going, you know, certain things are happening and they're meeting all these other superhero characters as well. So she really loves these. She said they're really entertaining. She really liked it. She read the first 2, and then for Batgirl, she actually listened to it, and she said the audiobooks were good too. So I don't know if she'll continue on audio or if she'll pick them up and read them. Not quite sure where she's gonna go, but I think the next one coming out is Bumblebee. So she's gonna want that one when it comes out too. But she's really been enjoying these, and you know, they're entertaining. She really liked them, so she recommends them. All right, guys, that is it. Those are books that Kaylin would recommend, books that she has read and really, really enjoyed. So if you want some ideas for your kids for summer reading, then those are some good ones, I think. And let me know down below if you guys have kids who read, what they have really been enjoying. I'm sure Kaylin would love some more recommendations as well, and maybe I can get her to check some of those out. But I hope everything is going well for you guys for summer reading and all that good stuff. Make sure you go check out Lindsay's channel as well, because her kids are readers, so I'm sure she's gonna have some great recommendations too, and I can't wait to see what her kids are reading, because I believe our oldest are kind of on the same level as far as reading, so I'm really curious to see what her kids enjoy. All right, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.